National Broadcasting Company presents Burr Tillstrom, creator of Kukla, Ollie, and all the Kuklapolitan players, with Fran Allison in Kukla, Fran and Ollie.
I said it right with you, Hugh. I'm just warming up. Good evening, television friends and others. Though I suspect if you are not a friend of television, you are not watching your television screen. Is there another channel? Tonight I have an announcement to make. Recently, my mother came to visit us, my dear mother, from Dragon Retreat, Vermont. And the night that she came happened to be a celebration to Mother's Day, and we sang a lovely song entitled Dragon Retreat. We have had a few requests from friends and relatives asking where they could hear that music again. Well, if you stay closely tuned to this channel at this particular time, I'm sure we will do it again. However, if you would like to hear it in your very own home, you may, because we have made an album, which I haven't mentioned in a long time, but it has some of our very favorite songs on with Kukla and Fran and me, and especially me, singing Dragon Retreat and some of our other favorites. And all you have to do is to go to your record dealer and ask him for our album. It's called Songs of Kukla, Fran and Ollie. And I think you might like them, especially if you like Dragon Retreat. It's a very beautiful arrangement. Jack Fascinato conducting a full symphony orchestra. How many pieces in that orchestra? Well, it must have been large. And now I would like to call in the darling of the airwaves, our dear, sweet, our own Fran Allison. Miss Allison.
What are you doing, Ollie?
I was making a speech.
What kind of a speech?
Oh, just a silly speech.
Oh?
It wasn't silly. I was telling about our song album.
Oh, believe me, it's never silly to do anything like that.
I know it. But I just thought I'd mention
Penny and a half a side is a penny and a half a side, I always
bet.
say.
They add up, too.
You bet.
Pretty soon you have 10 cents.
Certainly.
Can you get 10 cents out of a penny and a half? I guess you can if you... Penny and a half to penny and a half is 3 cents.
3 cents.
3 cents, nine. You could only get 9 cents. You get 10 and a half cents out of a
10 and
one.
a half.
Yeah.
Could you get 10 and a half?
10 and a half cents is better than none.
Well, I should say.
Yes, sir. Well, how are you today?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Did you see what we received?
No, I don't think so.
Didn't you? From Mrs. Pure?
No.
Didn't you see our beautiful cake?
No.
Well, just look right over that way.
Over there?
Right there it is, see?
Well, happy days.
And it's got me on there, Oliver J. Dragon.
Certainly
You
has.
like Oliver J. Dragon? Isn't that a beautiful cake?
Yes, you look wonderful in the cake.
Yeah. Oh, don't I look good in person, too?
Certainly do.
I look better in person than I do in frosting?
Well, I like you better in person.
Oh, it's such a beautiful cake, and I'm very delighted because I'm getting to work on my campaign. I got a very lovely letter today from our friends down in Alexandria, Virginia, you know.
With a little newspaper article?
Yes,
Sir?
Alexandria Gazette down there, you know. And, you know, by the way, that first article was sent up by a friend of ours, Mr. Kirsten. I didn't mention his name the other day. But this says that the Alexandria Gazette, will support me if I have a place for you in my cabinet.
Well, you certainly have a place for me in your cabinet, haven't you?
I just might have.
All right.
Franny, a little earlier, when we were rehearsing, I wasn't in here. I was just listening in the control room, but you were singing some sort of a song. And it had a real haunting melody and pretty words, and I know
what you mean. It's a little song of which I was reminded when Kukla and I went for a walk in the park.
Oh, did you go there?
And saw some little ducks, and I thought of this little song, which was introduced to me by a very wonderful woman, Louise Gilbert. Remember her?
Oh, yes, sure.
And she sang this little song for me one day, and I've loved it very much. All the time, I'll do it.
Would you?
Mm-hmm. Four ducks on a pond, a grass bank beyond, a blue sky of spring, white clouds see things that are beautiful and you remember them for many, many years, not for any particular reason, but because you had a kind of a strange, sweet feeling when you saw them.
Francis, darling!
Yes, madam.
Francis!
Yes.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Francis,
Yes.
darling!
Yes.
I have lots to tell you. And I heard that lovely song.
Well, good for you.
Oh, it was lovely, darling. That was divine.
Well, thank you very much.
It was just divine.
Oh,
Pardon me. I have a new collar on. It's much too tight.
oh, for goodness sake. Let me loosen it?
No, no, darling, no. No, Monsieur Joseph fixed it for me.
Oh, he's a one for the
Yes.
very...
I told him, I said, I couldn't possibly sing today. He said, well, are you going to sing? I said, no. And he said, then what do you care?
Well, you do look beautiful.
Well, thank you.
The pride suffers no pain.
Well, I tell you, it's too much for me. Ooh, well, anyway, darling, I did want to say to you that I am just delighted you were practicing and singing that lovely song because I wanted you to talk to you and Beulah. Beulah, darling. Yes, dear.
Hi, Beulah.
What's happened to you?
Doesn't she look lovely?
Ooh, your eyes are standing way out.
Oh, Beulah, they aren't.
It's my tight collar. Besides, you should talk. What do you mean? Your hair. I did it this morning.
Did you do your hair up?
Certainly. On a curtain stretcher.
Beulah, that's a strange way to do your hair.
Well, I'm a strange girl, believe
Well,
me. You certainly are.
Say that
Beulah,
again.
look at your stockings. What's the matter with them? The seams. It's all right to me, they're straight.
But they're straight up the front.
That's the way they're supposed to go?
No, Beulah.
Beulah, you wear your stockings the other way around. I didn't know there was a left and a right stocking. No, not that. No, you wear them with the seams at the back of your legs. Ah, no wonder I have sore toes. What do you mean? Well, the stockings are always pulling against my toenails tight.
Sure, you walk on the seam.
No, it isn't the seam. It's all that material in the back. It's silly.
You're
doubling it
stock-
over and doubling it over.
Oh, Beulah, that's ridiculous.
You've got the toe part in the back and the heel part in the front. Yes, my, I am a strange girl, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm awful glad to know all about this because it's going to afford me a lot of comfort.
Well, I'm sure it will.
Yes, it'll help a lot. Gracious sakes, that'll be lovely. Now I can wear my shoes right, too.
You never wore your shoes turned around, did you?
Oh, sometimes, on occasion. Well,
See how you can
tell me what's happening. Well, my collar's too tight for one thing, but other than that, I've got a booking for the ladies' auxiliary. Oh, good.
When, Mammal?
Very soon, next week. And I have the greatest news of the century. This is going to delight you. No longer are we going to be the ladies' trio.
Good.
Isn't that wonderful? We're going to be the ladies' quartet. Because I have invited Mrs. Dragon to sing with us.
Madam Oglepus, you know I love Mrs. Dragon,
Well, so do
but I heard her sing yesterday.
Oh, did you? What kind of voice? What register does she sing in?
Oh, I would say she's nowhere. Let's put it that way.
Wow, that ought to be a real asset to the company.
Because she doesn't sing high and she doesn't sing low.
Where does she sing?
Between, kind of.
That's good. I love close harmony. Oh, hush up.
No, Beulah, it's, I don't know how to describe
She
it.
really can't sing with. But Ollie has such a wonderful musical ear and everything.
Well, she has a nice tone, but it sounds so awful.
What am I going to do? I'm so embarrassed. I'll have to. Well, I have this booking for a woman's club. Well, it's going to be in the Glockenspiel Department Store's Woman's Club Bureau.
Well, let's tell her that we just don't want to impose on her and ask her to learn all our arrangements, and that...
Oh, darling, I'm going to leave it up to you. You'll get us out of it.
Well, I didn't get us into it, Madam Oglepus. Beulah, you do it.
Oh, no.
Yes, you
Well, all
do
right,
it.
I'll do it. I'll be tactful.
Please.
Very tactful. Let's see, how shall I start it out? Well. Ooh, Olivia! Ooh, Olivia! Gee, they do look funny in the front. Strangest thing. Olivia! Hello, Beulah, darling.
Lydia, about this concert next week, I hear you've been invited to sing with us.
Oh, I think that Ophelia was so very divine to ask me to sing. And to sing with you girls, I just think this is the nicest thing that's ever happened to any of the family. Absolutely. And I've been a family woman for a long, long time.
Oh, yes, I can imagine.
And many nice things have happened to me in my life. And let me tell you, I've lived a long, long time.
Oh, yes, I know. Well, Francis?
Yes.
SOS. I was thinking maybe we could,
Hello, Miss Dragon.
Franz,
How are you today?
I'm just fine. I haven't felt better than I don't know when. And believe me, I've waked up to many a day.
Well,
In my time, I
I'm
have.
just so happy to know you're well. Won't you take your hat? Oh, I forgot.
No, I wear it in the house, you know, until I get my hair done. Well, now, about this singing.
we were thinking...
Well, yes, we thought... what did we think, Beulah?
Well, we thought, isn't there something else you'd like to do on this program, maybe?
It isn't that we want to add any additional burdens to you, because we want you just to enjoy yourself while you're here. But we thought, why ask Mrs. Dragon to learn all those arrangements that we've spent so much time on practicing? And believe me, we have spent time, haven't we, Beulah? And so...
Oh, yes.
So we thought, why didn't we ask you to do something... What did we think, Beulah?
Well, something
Your
of
very
your
own
own.
self.
Yes.
Well, would you like me to sing by myself?
Well, we thought, since we have...
Well, we'll be singing. There'll be quite a bit of music.
A lot of music, yes. Why don't you do some sort of a specialty act or something?
What about bird whistling?
Bird whistling?
Bird calls. New England birds I have known. And
Well-
I've known a good many.
Well, I think that would be wonderful.
Now, let me see. There's the downy-throated embouchure. I remember down at Fisherman's Falls. He goes something like this. Now, let me see. How would that be?
Well, it's a
That's
pretty
nice. You got
kind of
any
a
others?
common bird. Yes, what else?
Well, there's the double-billed Flegelhoven, and he goes a little like this. Now, this is a call to his mate.
Mm-hmm.
He goes,
That's nice. That'd make a real nice combination.
Probably meets the very same bird you did at first. Very often. Mm-hmm.
Then there's the, let me see. Well, I'll work some out, my dear. I'm so delighted that I can be part of the program.
Well, we certainly are, too.
Wow, little fix-it herself. I did it, didn't I? Won't this be great?
Well, I helped, too.
Well, yes. Well, we'll report to Ophelia real soon, huh?
Just never really thought of Mrs. Dragon as for the birds before, but
Kid, remember in television, it's Kukla
Fran.
and Ollie.
The musical director of Kukla, Fran and Ollie is Jack Fascinato. The producer is Beulah Zachary. The director is Louis Gilbert. The costume designer is Joseph Lockwood. And the technical director is John Nathalie.
Ollie, I just heard that your mother's going to do some bird whistling for us. Sounds very lovely.
Kukla, Fran and Ollie was brought to you from Chicago